how long you been coming to this car show?
This is my second time coming. I was here in 2019, and they canceled last year, obviously, and here we are today.
And do you have a good time?
I love it here. I had my choice of 3 car shows today.
Wow.
Including one that my club is putting on, and I chose to come here because it's so peaceful, it's so fun, it's so Gatsby. These are true car aficionados here. I'm disappointed there were no lobster rolls, but I really enjoy this show. I enjoy the vibe. I like supporting the Cataumet Schoolhouse. I think it's a great thing, and it's just a very enjoyable time here. And I'm looking forward to next year, God willing.
Yeah. So how long have you had this car?
I bought this car December 17th, 4 years ago.
And
it was
what kind?
My Christmas present to me.
What kind of car is it?
This is a 1970 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham.
Wow. How about into the valley? Is that all right? So how long have you owned this car?
I'm in my 33rd year.
Wow. And what year is this?
1952 Buick.
You're going to take off.
Now this is a Woody.
This is called a super estate wagon.
Are you kidding?
Uh-huh.
And yes, it is a Woody. And I bought it in August of 1989. It was in a barn in Keene, New Hampshire. It had no gas tank.
I downloaded some
It
of this,
had an
but I
aluminum
didn't
box with a garden hose.
pictures didn't get-
You couldn't go over 20 miles an hour in it without overheating.
I got
Wow.
the basic
And it
model.
was just a basket case. The wood was in crappy condition.
What this does is it combines
The interior was gone.
geophysical.
It's beautiful. And it's all original.
This is one of 3 in the country that has manual shift.
Okay. It's one of 3 in the country that have manual shift, which is really unusual because in the late 40s you couldn't buy an automatic. So it was just when they were popular.
Well,
And
it really is something.
it is a Buick, right? Straight 8. And oh, do you mind if I look in here?
Sure, absolutely. All leather. This is the only car that Fisher didn't build.
Wow.
Ionia Body Works.
Wow.
So the way this was built in Flint, Michigan was they built the car up to the windowsills in metal, right to here. There's no roof. You'll notice this is wood. Okay.
Wow.
It went on a freight car to nearby city of Ionia. They did all the woodwork, and the braces were put across it, and then it came back. They clapped the roof on it, put the interior in it, and all the mechanicals and stuff.
And that was where they made Woodies at that
This
time.
this was more expensive than a Roadmaster convertible because it was hand built. They only built a few of them every year.
So did you restore this? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've owned it. I'm in my 33rd year
Wow.
with it. Let
Yeah.
me show you something.
You've done a beautiful job.
Thank you. Let me show you something.
Beautiful.
The craftsmanship
Oh, yeah.
with which they built
Well, look,
these
this
back
is
then.
beautiful.
was unbelievable.
Yeah, and this is all wood, folks.
I know.
If you look at this base piece over here, that's the heartwood, and you'll notice right in the middle, and it's concentric going out.
Wow.
Just unbelievable the thought that went into it.
Yeah.
So this is all what they call live northern ash. This is, of course, mahogany.
Yeah.
And then inside, the bars that go across, the bars that go longitudinally down the car are birch.
Birch.
The rails down the edges and stuff.
And look how straight it is. I mean, it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful to look
What
at.
year is this?
52.
52.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a gem.
Thank
See
you.
the engine or what?
Yeah, I'd like to see the engine, if you don't mind.
Sure.
And does this one have the hood that opens both ways or one
Yeah,
way?
yeah, it's got the clamshell hood.
Wow.
If I pull the cables on both sides, the hood comes right off, and you can get right into the engine.
Wow.
I owned it 5 years, from 89 to 94, getting it road ready. And I drove it to Atlanta, Georgia to the Buick Nationals without a starter motor.
Wow.
It went just before I left, but because it's manual shift,
You will start it.
if we were on flat ground and I was at a fuel stop, people would push me, put it in second, pop the clutch, and away you go.
Wow.
I got to the Buick National, I bought a starter for 20 bucks and it's still in there. So, that
Very
winter
good.
I rebuilt the engine, put in hardened valve seats and everything, drove it to Chicago in 95. In 97 I took it to St. Louis, and in 99 I took it to Columbus, and in 2001 I took it to Batavia, New York to the National, and then in 2003 I took it to Flint, Michigan for the 100th anniversary. 750 miles in 15 hours.
Wow.
So
So,
we were flying.
so this is not a trailer queen.
Absolutely not. That's
Nope.
why the paint isn't perfect or anything, but
No, it doesn't
it
have to
sure
be.
go. Yeah,
Doesn't have to be.
so it's part of the family. My kids grew up in it.
It's got the original radiator,
Yep,
which is amazing.
that's it. It's been fun to own.
I've never, the only time I cranked it was setting and timing. So I got it and cranked it. These are easy to push start too. And it's safer in a way to push start them. I push start in reverse, I don't care.
What year is this car?
Like there, pardon me?
What year is this car?
1954
Is that a TD?
TF.
TF.
This was the last of the T series before the MGA came out.
You only made it for a couple of years. TFs?
TS for 2 years. Yep.
I like the bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Just to sit with.
Bill Richardson, who is one of the morning walkers, morning farm walkers, he has a 1955 1500 engine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, kind of rare. And it's being in the process of being put back together.
Is he doing it?
Yeah.
Nice. I've got a picture of that. You brought this over to that British car show with Sandwich. about
Yes.
Three years ago maybe?
Yeah, every year it's been there. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
They're still doing that? Was that this year?
Was not last year. It was going to be at Plymouth, and Plymouth called it off. This year, I haven't heard any talk of doing it this year. It's kind of late because it would be October, middle of October, beginning of October. So I'm guessing it's not going to happen this year either. You need a plant for a year. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a picture of that too.
That's funny. People remember the car because of the
The sticker.
yeah, the Lincoln sticker.
So I'm just envisioning kids sitting in this as you come out of the store. My head would have popped.
Yeah. It's parallel parked on Main Street in Falmouth. I come out of the eyeglasses store, and the kid's sitting in it he's going rum, 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 and his mother's, oh, Junior, more, and I'm like, what?
Are you kidding me?
What does MG stand for?
Morgan Garages. Excuse me, Morris Garages.
Morris.
Yeah, Morris Garages. Originally in 1926, somebody convinced the guy named Morris that they needed a sports car, sort of. So they took Morris components plus made a car that looked something like this, and that became MG as opposed to Morris.
Yeah.
Technically, this is a Morris engine. The Morris engine in the passenger car would have had one carburetor and would have had a standard tune. This has two carburetors, and the tune is different. It's a performance tune.
Where in England are they made?
Sorry?
They're made in somewhere in England.
Yes. Yep.
You can go in at it if you want to check it out.
Yep. That's the original data plate.
Abergaon-on-Thames,
Yep.
England.
Yep. Yep. Abingdon. Yep.
Is this a heater car?
Yes. Yes. About the size of a postage stamp. Yeah. If you're lucky, it gives you a little more heat than just the transmission heat.
That is great.
Well, it's just it's a blast to drive. And the Cape roads now are very much like what the English roads were back then. I mean, this will exceed the Cape Cod speed limit of 55 miles an hour. But
Really?
But yeah, yeah.
My buddy's TD would barely get to 55.
This will exceed that. I don't know by how much.
Do you have a restraint?
Yes. The color that the car came with is this color,
Oh, really? Oh, so they took everything.
which is not MG color. I left this here to show what the color was. And under this plate, if you take these off, the original color is still under there. That's why we've confirmed that this is the color. It's called Autumn Red. It's got a color code that's like this long now. Although you can get like an RD6 is the color that is quite close to this, close enough. But I had to research the thing like a nerd. And they smoothed it all out. I mean, I was there for the whole process.
They welded in new metal?
No, they didn't have to.
Oh, wow.
They had a couple of guys there that really understood metal, and they figured it out. Not perfect, but so that the Bondo that was in there is gone, and it's just a very thin vinyl ester, whatever you call it. So, yeah. And then they sprayed it with the gray primer. Then they looked at it, and if it wasn't perfect, they gave it a little more tweaking, and then they sprayed that over gray. And it's got 7 coats of, this is acrylic.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, 7 coats of color, and 2 coats of what they call crystal clear. Crystal clear is what they put on like Mercedes and, you know, really high-end cars. And the reason they use crystal clear was like a $200 adder, which I thought, because I've gone this far, it's bad enough.
No, the clear really gives it some depth and shine.
Yeah, and the crystal clear doesn't yellow.
Yeah.
They know that because it's been available for years and years and years, and it won't yellow. So I thought, okay, fine. Lock me in.